Everybody, it's Melissa. Happy Monday. So I just got out of work. I'm gonna work out here in a second. Wanted to make my video and all that good stuff real quick. And today's topic is kind of like how you deal with some conflicts, okay, in a relationship. So first off, I feel like you should always care, okay, first off, about the other person's feelings, okay? Because I know some, especially women, some of us have a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, maybe more than we need, okay? Maybe sometimes we're worked up about things that don't matter as much to you, okay? I get it. But always consider, like, if she's really upset about something, or if you get in an argument and she's like super emotional about it, I guarantee you it's because she really cares. She really loves you and she's really upset that you guys are fighting. I'm kind of going through some things in my relationship. I don't want to get all into that, but I can understand a lot of things are different between like men and women, okay? Like out of all the relationships I've been in my life, there's a very distinct difference. Like women usually, okay, if they're not like the rare type, okay, they're very emotional, very much so care about your response to their feelings too, okay? So if your girlfriend, wife, whatever, is crying and is super upset and you don't try to comfort her, you don't try to find out what's wrong, we feel like that's like crazy. Like you should be wondering why I'm so upset. And I know not all guys are like that. Some guys think it's a weakness in women that they cry. And what's silly about it is most women are not just gonna randomly cry, you know what I mean? There are some women who are super emotional and they'll cry at like anything, but for the most part, if a woman is crying about something and she's super emotional and she's like a wreck over it, it's because she cares so much about you. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then if you're in an argument, it could be really bad, really bad argument about something. Always keep in mind your words matter. I hate that so much that, especially guys, say the dumbest shit that just like, some of them just go so hard just to try to hurt you. And I think it's because they don't know how else to deal with anything. It's just like, I'm just gonna say the worst shit to you because I didn't get the outcome I wanted in the conversation we had, or I'm just so angry that I don't know what else to do other than just say some awful shit to you. And I've had plenty of times where I've had people say the worst things to me, and it's most hurtful when it is somebody that you love. Like if your boyfriend, your husband, girlfriend, whatever, says something to you that just hits you really deep, and they know they're doing it. They know all of your secrets. They know what, makes you tick. They know what makes you upset and all those kind of things. And they use those things against you to make you feel like shit. That is a terrible thing to do, okay? Because first off, if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm trusting that I can tell you everything and anything about me, about my past, about my life, about my, needs, wants, worries, whatever it is. And I trust that whatever I'm telling you, you're not going to use it against me. And if we get in a fight and the first thing you do is use those things against me and you try to make me feel terrible on purpose, because obviously you're not just saying this stuff and then, like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. It's like, no, you're coming at hardcore trying to make someone feel bad. And there are those rare cases, of course, where you may say something you don't realize, okay, that you had said something that touched a spot that you maybe didn't know. But I'm talking about when you are purposely saying terrible things to make someone feel bad. Don't do it, okay? Because I get, like, you are so mad, you are so pissed about whatever the fight or the argument is, but the whole point is to discuss what's happening and get some resolutions, right? Like, we want to fix this shit. We want to make it right. Obviously, we're in a relationship together, and if you love that person, you want to make it right. You want to make everything better. And there's nothing more frustrating for a woman to be trying to fix something, right, within her relationship or about herself or something like that, and she feels like she's trying, and yet her partner like doesn't think she's trying, doesn't really validate her, and seems like maybe they don't care sometimes. Like if I'm crying and I'm upset and you don't come and comfort me, I feel like something's really wrong. Like you should care. Even if we were just fighting, you should care. Why am I so upset, right? Why? And the reason why is because I love you and I want to fix the shit and I want everything to be okay, okay? That's why most women are crying and stuff, okay? But I know it can be annoying, right? Like we get annoyed sometimes when we're crying and we're so mad. We're like, why the fuck are we crying right now? But it happens. So care about what the other person's feelings are. Comfort them, you know what I mean? And like try to get to a resolution without saying terrible things. Really listen to the other person's point of view. Put yourself in their shoes and don't be so selfish. Because something that you maybe want, maybe something that your partner is like, no, I can't do that. I can't give that to you. Whatever the scenario is, maybe it's something where you're asking of something that's going to make that person feel, less confident, feel like they have less like self-worth. You know what I mean? Like who wants to make someone that you love feel like that? Feel shitty, feel like, less confident and all those kind of things. And, as a strong woman, I want to say that I am strong, I am confident, I am running this shit, I am happy, all these things all the time. But I tell you one thing that will ruin you real quick is your relationship not going as you want it to, or at least in a happy way. Like if you're having beef in your relationship, I feel like it changes the whole tone of you. Like you might be the most positive person in the world, but when stuff is going on with your partner and you're really upset and you're really thinking about all this stuff that's going on, it makes you kind of like close off. And, that's why I think if you don't get a resolution fast enough, then people kind of just fall apart. Because, if you're just doing your thing and I'm doing my thing, and we're just have this constant like anger and attitude going on within the house or whatever, it gets old real fast, because you're like, well, fuck you then. You know what I mean? Like, I know we've all had that response, like, if you're not going to talk to me, well, fuck you. I'm going to do this, that, whatever. Or if you don't want to do this, then, I'm doing this. Or you just ignore each other altogether. Or you're sleeping apart. You're doing all that dumb shit when it's like you love each other, right? Fix the shit. Work on the shit. No relationship is ever going to be perfect. But it's never okay to just put it all on one person. Like, say me and you are arguing and you're like, it's all your fault. You've done this, that, whatever. Every single thing in this world is your fault. And it's just like, the other person's like, well, shit. Like, are you trying to say that everything in our relationship is my fault? I think that just causes a lot of problem. Like, you really have to be, aware of what is going on. I mean, if you have especially to the guys, right? If you have a woman who loves you, who's loyal, faithful, and is just great, why are you going to try to mess it up over some dumb shit? Like, there's some valid reasons to break up with people. There's some valid reasons to be really mad and angry and want to just say, forget this, we're done. But for the most part, I feel like the fights are so silly sometimes, because you're always in each other's space, so you kind of can get annoyed with that. You have little issues here and there that if you don't resolve them, they turn into bigger shit, right? So you have these little tiny things like you didn't do the dishes, you didn't dust, or you just little dumb shit. You drank all the milk, or all this little dumb shit, right? That you never talk about. And then all of a sudden you're so mad that you're like, I'm so fucking pissed off at you because this, you're listing off shit. And it's like, are you really mad about that? Or is it something different? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. My whole point is, 1, be aware of what you're saying. 2, try to really pay attention to what the other person is saying, and 3, like, a resolution is a must, because if you don't do that, You both are going to be feeling like everything is just at a standstill, and nobody wants that. Like, I know I want a happy, loving relationship. I don't want to have to like worry that we are still dealing with some bullshit that we should have handled right when it had happened, you know, that kind of stuff. So I don't know, just keep that kind of stuff in mind. And you know, whether you are a male or a female, remember that emotions and feelings and all those things, that's part of like love, you know, like you're going to feel those kind of things, and you would want your partner to support you and whatever emotions and feelings you're having. So support your partner, you know, like be a friend, be a best friend that you know that you go to them for anything and everything. And then also be that solid like rock of person where they're like, you know what, I am going to be with this person forever, because I know without a doubt, no matter what troubles we go through, we are going to stick together because we handle business. You know, we discuss issues, we deal with it, and then we move on. So anyways, I got to go work out. I'm obviously getting fired up over this stuff, and it's just like I could talk about it forever because there's so many things, right, within relationship arguments and fights and whatnot that could be discussed. But mostly, be nice to your partner. Realize even if they did something, maybe they didn't do it to try to make you mad, or maybe they're not, you know, most of the time your partner is not going to be going around trying to piss you off, right? So just think about stuff before you act on it, you know? All right, I hope you all have a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow.